What's up, everybody? It's Slayer Kobe back here again, and it happened. The last episode of Game of Thrones aired yesterday. I know a lot of people wanted me to make videos on the last couple episodes, and I did, but for some reason they did not save. I'm sorry. But today, what I thought that we could do, I've already seen the last episode, but I thought I could rewatch it and kind of have a live reaction and talk about with you guys on the episode. And we can just discuss it, and we'll go through and I'll watch it, and I'll let you guys know what the fuck I think is going on in this shit. Since this show is just fucking, it's crazy at this point, man. I don't even know what to say about it. So let's just fucking get right into this shit. Let's get right into this Game of Thrones. So yeah, it just kind of starts out and they're just fucking really just realizing that that Dany is just a fucking, she's not what the fuck they thought she was. She's a crazy fucking bitch, man, and most people would know this, but of course all three of these dumbasses, Sir Davos, Jon, and Tyrion, are all fooled. Don't get me wrong, I love Sir Davos. Oh man, one thing that pissed me off about this episode is that Grey Worm did not fucking die. What the fuck was up with that? He's being a little bitch right now. This is when him and Jon fucking meet up. Ugh. And he gets in his face. It's just like, what the fuck? I think Grey Worm should have died. For what he really did in this episode, he should have died. Sir Davos, of course, is just saying that we won. Grey Worm is saying they're breathing, so they haven't lost. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so and here's Tyrion going down into the caverns where Jaime and Cersei are. And honestly, I kind of thought for a second that maybe he would find them alive. Because if you actually look around, there's just like a fucking couple rocks here and there that have like been collapsed. Like they totally could have like moved 5 feet and been just fine. It's like the entire place, there's no fucking rocks except for this little area. And the little area that there's rocks, their fucking dumbasses are under. Again, I wasn't really happy with what they did with Jaime in the first place. And Cersei, really, she didn't fucking deserve that death. She should have gotten such a worse death, man. How could they let Cersei go out like that? Like, just fucking in the arms of her lover and shit. Like, that is not what it should have been. The scene is, though, a little intense just because of Tyrion. He just fucking breaks down and loses his shit. And I felt for him at that point. And Peter Dinklage definitely did a good-ass job with acting on that part. It doesn't make up, though, for the fucking stupidness of those two fucking deaths. Here we got fucking Jon walking up, and I was thinking this when I watched the episode about how this reminded me of like Saruman and him looking out at his army, Daenerys looking out at her army. And I read something that actually said that. I don't know if that's true that they were doing that or not, but that's what that reminded me of. This episode had a lot of fucking Lord of the Rings references. It felt like I was watching Lord of the Rings 4 sometimes. This moment is, though, a little intense when he's walking up on her. But fuck, man, this season was just so rushed, man. Nothing was played out long enough. Like, I think it's badass that it's like you can just feel the tension in the air when Jon's walking up and the fucking dragon coming out of nowhere. The dragon's fucking wings coming out the back of Daenerys. She's fucking sane. She's going off on her speech right now. Man, they just did not give her enough time, though, to play out and actually go fucking crazy. If they could have just given her, a couple more episodes or something, since they already fucking were planning on ruining the show, I don't know, man. This ending, honestly, it's better than what I thought it was going to be, but there's still a lot of things I gotta say about it. You've suffered the will, now break the will. Isn't it interesting how Bran's in a fucking wheelchair, dude? Like, what the fuck? Tyrion says, fuck this shit, I'm not gonna be the hand for you anymore. He rips that shit off. Which was needed, I think. I think he probably did need to say, fuck that. Again, fuck, man, if there was a little bit more development, though, with Daenerys going crazy, dude, it's just like, it did not give her enough time, man. It just didn't. Yeah, Arya is definitely one of the first ones to, like, look at Jon and kind of give him that look like, this bitch is crazy. And of course, Sansa doesn't want to fucking bow down because for whatever fucking reason, they have to give Sansa, like, her own crown, which doesn't make any fucking sense. Who cares, dude? I mean, honestly, I like Sansa, don't get me wrong, but who the fuck cares? There's way better characters and way better character development that they could have worked on instead of fucking worrying about Sansa getting the fucking crown. And the scene with Jon and Tyrion talking, this is a good scripted scene. I did actually enjoy watching this scene. I like the way that they dove into each other's past a little bit, and Tyrion really kind of like grabs that last bit of good. I mean, Jon's good all the way around, but he grabs that good that's inside of Jon, just rips it out of him and kind of forces him to like, wake the fuck up, man. But honestly, it's ruined because right afterwards, there's just no time, like, for any more development after that. Jon just goes immediately from talking to Tyrion to find Dany. And it's just like, couldn't they given it a little bit more time? And then we got Jon walking to Dany. I did think it was badass that the fucking dragon came out of the snow. I thought that was cool. You also realize that it's ash falling at first, not snow. And it also, in the vision, she never touches the crown, but in actual person, she touches the crown. Which gives it a little bit of hope that maybe Dany will sit on the crown, if you even fucking want that bitch to sit on the crown. I don't think George ever wanted her to sit on the crown, but who knows. And you can really see in this scene right here with Jon and her that Jon's really trying to, like, snap her into reality and be like, you know, like, I think it's really his best effort to, like, not having to go through with this and not having to kill her. It's an intense scene. But again, it just was not enough character development time. It's just, it was so rushed. We go from him talking to Tyrion about doing this to legitimately him just going right afterwards and fucking doing it, man. I mean, I guess, I don't know, you could have just given him more time to play out and really shown Dany go fucking crazy. Just seems rushed, man. Now, when he kills her, though, it is fucking intense with the dragon. The fucking dragon rolls the fuck up. And I didn't know, dude. I thought, you know, we're at the last episode, and it is still Game of Thrones, so I thought maybe that Jon might get fucking torched by the fucking dragon. But the dragon decides to take his anger out on the real fucking bitch, which is the throne. Which was such a... You know, even though I have my fucking, you know, things I'm upset about this episode, that was fucking badass when he fucking just... The fucking throne, dude. Fuck the throne. I did think maybe he would shoot Jon or some shit, and maybe Jon would come unscathed or something. I kind of talked about that in my last Game of Thrones video from episode 3 of this season. But the dragon just says fuck that and just... it knows Jon's the homie still. Maybe it knows deep down that shit had to happen. Maybe it knows that Dany had to die. Nevertheless, man, fuck. It's sad in a way. Even though I hated Dany, it's really sad to watch the fucking dragon, like, get all sad. It's like watching a fucking dog or something be sad. It's not happy. Afterwards, it scoops her up. And as we know from later on in the episode, it's flying east. So... interesting, man. I wonder where it's going. Like, it leaves it up for speculation. Like, is he taking her somewhere to revive her? Like, what the... Like, I don't know. Is he taking her to bury her? Like, I think it's so... I mean, even though it is kind of stupid that the dragon just flies off in a way, it is kind of badass in the same... It's kind of badass, though, in a way, because it's like... I kind of like the mystery that we don't really know where the dragon's taking her. Of course, Grey Worm, or Grey fucking whatever the hell he is, he's fucking just, I hate him so much. I don't like that character. He should have gotten his fucking head chopped off. Fucking talking to Tyrion like that and shit, but he takes Tyrion, obviously, to try and get him his justice. But they decide to discuss here at the little meeting, or whatever you want to call it, the fucking judgment for Tyrion, or whatever. Of course, they're waiting for Jon, and he's just nowhere to be found. And this fucking Tully guy, which we haven't seen in fucking like 3 years, decides to stand up and try and be the king. Everyone just looks at him like, sit the fuck down, you idiot. Like, who the fuck? No one wants your dumbass to be the ruler. It was funny, though. I laughed. That was a funny scene. Haha. I don't know. I didn't mind, though, this scene of them talking. I thought it was a little long at points, but it's needed because they end up figuring out who they want to rule them. And after much discussion and a little bit of fucking Tyrion's badass conversation skills, they decide to make Bran the king. I don't know what I think about Bran being the king. I mean, the motherfucker, I guess, can see the future and the past. It's kind of weird in a way because it's like he fucking just knew he was going to be the king all along. He's just been fucking toying with people. I don't know if I wanted him to be on the crown. I didn't think I wanted anyone, honestly, to be on the crown. I kind of just didn't even want that to be a concept anymore, but they chose somebody, and they chose Brandon. Meh, whatever, man. There is an interesting theory, though, that in his little flashback vision when he's at the tree, and the main White Walker touches him, that actually made his touch go into him, and he's controlling him. So, in fact, actually, Bran is evil, and he's the bad guy, and he actually fooled everyone. Just kind of a cool little concept. I don't know. I think it's just me being sad that the show's done, so I'm trying to make shit up. And they decide to send Jon to the Night's Watch. And I think that that's fitting for him. I do think that that is a good place for him to leave to. I know some people are kind of mad about that, saying, oh, he did all this shit and he just kind of got fucked over. And he kind of did in a way. Because I definitely think he should have been the one to kill the main White Walker. But he wasn't. And I feel like his entire character development was kind of ruined because of that. It should have been the last episode. He should have had a fucking epic, amazing, just brutal, ridiculous fight with the Night King. And it should have just, stamped his character right then and there. He should have killed the Night King. And after that, they could have done what they needed to. And he could have went to the Night's Watch. I just don't know about, it's kind of not the most honorable thing to leave Jon Snow with. Jon Snow has been one of the most honorable people, and he's kind of like, his name kind of gets shunned upon because he's going to be known as the fucking Queenslayer. So I don't know, man. I still think that Jon's a badass, though, and it could have been worse, honestly. Of course, you got Brienne of Tarth writing in Jaime into the book, which is badass. I'm glad that he's in the book. Such a his death was so stupid, though. And honestly, I don't know why she'd be writing shit after he just fucking decided to ditch her ass, basically. But I'm glad that she still loves him enough to do that, I guess. Whatever. What the fuck ever. I didn't understand, I love how fucking Bronn of the Blackwater just fucking shows up out of nowhere and he's just on the council. I guess a Lannister always repays his debts. You got this one last, little, small council meeting. It is interesting here because they ask where Drogon, if he's been spotted, and they said that he's been flying to the east. And Bran says, perhaps I could find him. And that's interesting to me. I don't know what that means, but that's interesting to me. So, very interesting to me. And then it sort of ends with, it shows Sansa getting crowned. What the fuck ever, man. I think that was just, I think that they needed to give girls empowerment, maybe. And I'm all about girl empowerment. Cool, right on. But I think that was mostly why they had to give her that crown. Whatever. And Jon rides off. And that's it, man. That's the end. It's really fucking bittersweet, I've been watching for years now as a fan, and even if I wasn't the most satisfied with the ending, just seeing it end is fucking, it's hard. It's a really hard. It's fucking heartbreaking. You know, overall though, amazing show. It's going to be hard to top this. You know, I've heard rumors of, you know, spin-offs coming out. I do think that they could have left it with more of a cliffhanger, but through its ups and downs, highs and lows, dude, it's a show that has brought millions of people in, and it's made a purpose for a lot of our Sundays, and it's going to be hard as fuck not being able to watch it anymore, man. About to start tearing up right now, man. About to start tearing up. But yeah, guys, I think that that's going to wrap up this video. Overall, I didn't mind the ending. I thought that it was all right. I thought that it could have been better. I thought that they could have added a couple little things here and there that could have changed it up a little bit. You know, there's room for spinoffs, dude. You never know. Like, Arya's going off selling to the west. Arya's selling to the west, dude, so you never know. Where the fuck? She's going west of Westeros. She's going off that motherfucking flat earth, boy. But she's selling west of Westeros, so it'll be interesting to see what the fuck she's gonna do. Like, and just, you never know. They could make a spinoff for her. But yeah, that's it, guys. Could have been better. Could have been worse. I don't know. You know, it's like I said, bittersweet. I want to know what you guys think, though. That's really what I want to know, is what everyone else thinks of the ending. Did you guys like it? Did you think the ending was shitty? Do you think they should have done this different? Do you think they should have done that different? And obviously, I'm kind of talking from a perspective that the show had been fucking completely turned on its head from episode 3 of this season. So I kind of looked at it from a new pair of eyes, like, they need to at least make it good, you know, from that point on. And I think that they didn't do a bad job. You know, they did bring back Ghost. That was something everyone and their fucking mom was bitching about. They brought back Ghost. Jon has his little moment with Ghost. It's beautiful. I'm glad it's in there. But fuck, man, I just want to know what you guys think. You know, George is still writing his books. Maybe, hopefully, man, I don't know. It's fucking crazy. I guess Kit Harington said fuck the critics of the show and shit. Like, he's pissed off. People are angry. I don't know, man. I just wanted to know what you guys have to say about it. I guess that will wrap me up. Sorry for fucking talking. Let me know, guys. All right, till the next one.